You guys hear that? Silence. Complete silence. You know, it's funny how things and we can hear so much in the midst of silence. Sometimes in the quiet place, in the quiet times, we tend to hear the most. You know, in those times when nothing's going on, we don't have much, it seems like there's nothing left but silence. Complete silence. It seemed like right now that Nick Cannon, he is in one of those silent points in his life when he don't have much going on. There's not much around him. There's just complete silence. And in the silence, he's starting to just hear his own thoughts of regret and remorse, his own thoughts of no longer revenge, but resettling debts, resettling he's sitting down with rabbis and, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that in Nick Cannon's silent point in his life right now, you know, in our silence, the only thing that we get to hear is our own thoughts. Nick Cannon, he's hearing a lot of thoughts of regret, a lot of thoughts of remorse. He wants to resettle old debts like this one with Eminem. In Nick Cannon's silent point, when it doesn't seem like he has much going on, except the Masked Singer, but he wants to have a sit down with Eminem. He wants to talk with him. He wants to, I don't know what he wants, but he wants Eminem to apologize. Let's talk about that on today. Okay guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Evolve. How you guys doing on today? No, I'm doing alright. Silent is not something that we do around here. Pettiness is an art. But this one ain't gonna be petty. This is serious there, guys. So, Nick Cannon, after being canceled, after being knocked off and knocked up, not by Mariah Carey, but after being silent. I mean, sometimes when you get silent, you get humbled down a notch. You get humbled. After being silent and canceled and losing a lot in his life, and he decides that, you know, he's been sitting down with rabbis, he's been going to church, he's been writing books, he's been doing quite a bit. Now, one of the things that he wants to do the most is now that he wants to rekindle the sense of peace with Eminem. I don't know if they ever had peace. I don't know, but he wants to have a sit down with Eminem, and he wants to hash things out. Let me just play the clip.
One day, hopefully, dude and I get an opportunity to sit down. Like I said, I do respect his ability, but if we speak,
I'm gonna try. I'm not acting like I speak to Eminem with you every day. Fat Joe's gonna try to be the mediator, be the big man of this, and try to get y'all together.
Hey, if you could do it, man. I've been trying to get. I'm talking to Royce. We trying to really get it popping, because I think at the end, two men need to have that conversation.
See, you hear that there, guys? So, as you can see, Fat Joe is like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Nick Cannon, he talks about, yeah, I just want to have a sit down with this guy, man. I want to have a sit down. I want us to talk. We can hash this out. Can I say something there, guys? Fat Joe here lately. I like Fat Joe. There's a song you guys probably don't know, but he did this back in the early 2000s with J-Lo. Was it Fat Joe? You don't know how much you mean to me. Whenever you down, you know that you can lean on me. No matter the situation, I'm gonna hold you down. You don't know how much you mean to me. Whenever you down, you... Okay. Well, anyway, I like Fat Joe. But right now, Fat Joe, he's been acting like fake Joe. Like, he's been instigating and pushing, and Nick Cannon, he don't even seeing it. If you actually look at this whole interview, Fat Joe just constantly just instigate and push him to talk about Eminem and to speak. And Fat Joe, he act like he doesn't know stuff so that Nick Cannon can like speak on it. He's like, oh no. And he's all loud on the phone like a Puerto Rican does. Y'all know I'm not being racist, people. Look, I got some Puerto Rican friends, and whenever they get on the phone, they be like, I can't even. Don't cancel me, people. Okay, so Fat Joe, he tells Nick Cannon that he is going to, talk to Eminem, and he's going to try to be that mediator. He's going to try to get them back on time. He's going to try to make it happen. All right. They're not going to be clapping, guys. Anyway, what I was about to say. Oh, Fat Joe. Yeah, he is going to. Yeah, Fat Joe, he will call Eminem, and he will let Eminem know that Nick Cannon wants to speak to them. I imagine the conversation, Fat Joe's gonna get on the phone and he's gonna be like, Ayo, yo, that boy Nick Cannon, he wants to sit down with you. Yeah, on some one-on-one stuff. Boy wants to hash it out, young boy. And I think you should go ahead, hit him up. Go ahead, hit him up. That stuff, Mariah, I know you did that thing on her tummy, but he wants to look past all of that. And he wants to sit down with you. Maybe you can do that. Do that for your homie. He ain't trying to lay nothing in the dirt. I know you ain't trying to be bothered with that, but I think it might be good. You getting older now. Como está? I'm an idiot. It's not even funny. I don't even know if I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, let me move on. Okay, so let me just tell you guys, okay there guys, so check this out. There is going to be 3 ways that Eminem respond. What do you all think? In the comments, give me A, B, or C. This is what's going to happen when Fat Joe do calls. I believe that Fat Joe, he is going to call and he is going to make an attempt. And A, Eminem is going to be silent. There's going to continue to be complete silence. He's not going to. Or will it be B? M will have a sit down. And we'll be like, all right, let's do this. He'll sit down on an interview, maybe on one of his platforms or whatnot. But they will have an interview, and it will be big, and it will be huge. And everybody will get millions of views covering it. Or will it be C? C is Eminem won't have like a sit down, won't give him like any more clout or whatnot, but he will give him a call. So we'll hear something from Nick Cannon, still trying to clout from it. Still, since Eminem, he had wanted Eminem in person, but since Eminem just called him, he'll clout from that. He'll be like, hey, yo, I sat down, I talked with Eminem, we hashed it out. He'll try to put it out in the media. You can get some hype saying that, hey, I talked to Eminem, it's all good, we good. Something like that, Eminem will call. Will it be a call, will it be a sit down, or will it be silence? Complete silence. But now that I think about it, see, Nick Cannon wants Eminem to sit down because he wants Eminem to apologize. He wants to apologize. He wants them to hash it out. But how does this conversation go? Because do you really think Eminem is going to apologize? What does Eminem have to apologize for, Nick Cannon? I guess Nick want Eminem to apologize for saying that she's a nut job and he's wit. Well, that's true. I mean, both of those things are true. He's not gonna apologize. Or maybe he wants him to apologize. He wants Eminem to apologize for the diss tracks and calling Mariah Carey names and putting out that stuff 10, 20 years ago? I mean, what? You are showing that you're kind of whipped? Mariah, why are you trying to, Nick Cannon, why are you still trying to defend your wife? Why do you want him to apologize for that stuff way back then? It happened. Mariah don't need you to defend her. She's doing well. Why do you care? Let it go. Make like Frozen and... Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Turn away and slam the door. You gotta let it go, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Honestly, if they have a sit down, Eminem can just kind of be silent. Honestly, if they do have a sit down, Eminem can kind of just be silent. Because he doesn't have anything and much to apologize for. He doesn't have anything to apologize for. Instead, Nick can go ahead and just speak his piece. Nick, you called him a KKK. And you said that he was in that third diss track, he was like a KKK. And you did it for the sake of your show. You did it to hype up Wild 'N Out. You called him a white supremacist, all for the sake to hype up your show, Wild 'N Out. You said that you went through the streets of 8 Mile, knocking on doors, looking for M. You created this big bad boy Diddy character, GTA through the streets, all for the sake of the hype of your show. You rekindled all of this back on the TI podcast and talked all this stuff about him, all for the sake of hyping up your show. Now, don't you dare tell me Nick Cannon fans or Nick Cannon, he had admitted it on my last episode. He had said that, yeah, I did it just for I went at him because I've seen the opportunity to hype up my show. So you said that. So everything after everything, you bringing up the old Bazzino clips, you saying that you agree with Large and Mar, you saying all of this stuff, you dishing out so much hate. What type of, would you want to be around? Would you want to sit around and sit down with someone whose morals and ethics can be dismantled all for the sake of a show? When they lose sight of who they are and they're willing to cast hate and bigotry and racism because it builds up their show, and ironically it comes back on them and they lose that very thing that they were building up because they try to build up something. They try to use the foundation of hate and bigotry and lies as a foundation for a show, and now that foundation went silent, and now they got taken down. Now he don't even have the show. Hate for the sake of hate never works. I like to know what you all think in the comments. Should Eminem sit down? Is it, is this stuff in the past? Should we, is it time for forgiveness and grace and all this other good stuff? I'm a big forgiveness person and whatnot, but I do want to hear what you all think in the comments, what you all think of all of this. As always, KIP. Keep it positive.